We have made it 10 years in the making. The conclusion to what is known as the Infinity Saga will be reaching its end. Avengers Endgame might be the last time we get to see some of the original Avengers together. The Russo brothers who directed Infinity War have even stated that only 2 of those original Avengers will survive. And while I have my speculations and suspicions for who those might be, today we're here to talk about something else. We're here to talk about my favorite scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the moment the Avengers broke up. Captain America Civil War is a story of the government finally stepping their foot down and trying to put regulations on the Avengers with a booklet, the Sokovia Accords. This massive bulge of trees states that
the Avengers shall no longer be a private organization. Instead, they'll operate under the supervision of a United Nations panel only when and if that panel deems it necessary.
Now you might be thinking that the moment the Avengers broke up was when they each took sides, but no, that was just each Avenger separating to what they believe. That discussion they had in the break room was just over what was right from wrong and each hero's point of view. The real moment that the Avengers broke apart was in the airport scene. Those scenes where they discussed and chose sides were just them slowly inching away from each other. Just listen to the soundtrack that plays when they run towards each other and fight.
They're not stopping.
Neither are we.
The moment you hear that epic soundtrack, you know that this is not just something they'll be able to walk off. After this fight, they won't say, okay, good match, let's go fight some crime. This team is truly breaking apart in this scene. Before all of this happens, we get an argument or discussion between Cap and Team Iron Man. Just listen to Iron Man closely in this next clip.
You've been busy.
And you've been a complete idiot. Dragging in Clint, rescuing Wanda from a place she doesn't even want to leave, a safe place. I'm trying to keep you from tearing the Avengers apart.
You did that when you signed.
All right, we're done. You're gonna turn Barnes over, you're gonna come with us. Now, because it's us. Or a squad of JSOC guys with no compunction about being impolite.
You can hear his frustration, and you can even hear in his voice that he doesn't really want to fight. Even his "come on" sounded desperate and fearful. That's why when the song plays, you see not just each Avenger flat out beating the crap out of each other, you see the tearing of a family. When I first heard that song and saw Iron Man and Captain America hit each other, I knew that this is the end of the Avengers as I once knew them. And when I sat in the theater room and saw Iron Man and Captain America fight each other, I knew that this wasn't any Marvel movie. This is a Marvel movie where the hero's biggest villains are themselves. Iron Man is fighting for what he believes in because of that lady who says her son died in Sokovia. But Cap is fighting for the same thing he fought for in Winter Soldier, freedom. He believes that because they're going to be able to regulate when they go to each mission, they won't have the freedom that they had in the past couple of films. And what makes this scene so terrifying is Thanos. He doesn't appear, but we know he's coming. We know that they break apart, so at the end of the movie, we're asking ourselves, how are they going to deal with Thanos? And that's why the Avengers lost in Infinity War. In Captain America Civil War, another reason Cap wants to avoid signing the Sokovia Accords is the fact that they would interfere with this search of his best pal Bucky. When Zemo planted a fake evidence that the Winter Soldier bombed the UN, Steve knew that signing was not an option. Baron Zemo's plan, as he explained to Black Panther, was to have them kill each other rather than have him kill the Avengers. And he accomplished just that. Other than that, the scene is just amazing because it's every geek's dream. Every comic book fan, movie fan, it's their dream. You see Captain America fight Spider-Man and Iron Man. You see Ant-Man meet Black Widow through an ass-kicking. You see Giant Man treat War Machine like a rag doll. This was an event. And when I saw Spider-Man swing from War Machine crawling onto Giant Man, I was shivering because it was just phenomenal to see these stories that creators like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby dedicated their lives to. That is why the airport scene in Civil War will be my favorite. And it's kind of tied with Thor's entrance to Wakanda in Infinity War, but this one is obviously ahead. Endgame is very much less than 5 days away, and I am less than 7 days away from seeing it. Civil and Infinity War were lost battles for the Avengers because of their separation. They were separated in all of these. But let's see Thanos catch these hands when they're together. Finally, we'll see these characters come together one last time. And it's hard to think that this journey will be the ending. When Iron Man came out in 2008, I was 5. And here we are 11 years later and we're experiencing the end of an era. I can most certainly promise that this movie will send people to a full-on depression. So this Friday we will see the conclusion to a saga. And I think that's okay because
part of the journey is the end.
I just really love what President Kevin Feige and all the great and wonderful minds at Marvel Studios created for this past decade. This much excitement has just never been done in cinematic history. It is hard to imagine how the MCU will look like after the original 6 Avengers are no more. This whole idea for One Marvelous Scene was brought to you by Nando V Movies, channel link in the description below, where he took video essayists to talk about their favorite scene in the MCU. I saw a video from the Gubz channel, again, his channel will be linked down in the description below, and in the end he stated that if there was a scene anyone else wanted to depict, that they were welcome to make a video. There were like 8 other YouTubers that did that anyway. I'll leave the link to the playlist and all those videos in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not like and subscribe? For more videos like this one, just click on one of these. As always, bye.